Hello, children. My name is Fireman Sam. Fireman Sam is my name. And I am the fireman of Pontypandy Fire Station. Children, would you like a ride in my trusty fire engine, Jupiter? Yes, Fireman Sam. My name is Fireman Sam. Oh, Fireman Sam, that is my name. When I hear that fire bell chime, I am always there on time. So, who wants to put out the fires? Good. Let's put out the fires together. Together, everyone. Oh, oh, oh. Water puts out fire. Water from a hose. A hose like my trusty fire engine has on it. Let's put out the fire. Good! It is done, children. Norman Price started the fire. Naughty Norman Price started it. What do we do to naughty Norman Price? That is correct. We make him clean the floors of the Pontypandy Fire Station as punishment. How do you feel now about what you have done, Norman Price? Oh, hey! I'm sorry, Fireman Sam. I promise I won't do it again. I hope so, for your sake.
Norman Price is my name is Price. Norman Price is my name is Norman Price. My name is Price, Norman Price, Norman Price, I love his Price. My name is Price, Fireman Sam, it's me. Why, Norman Price, Norman Price, Norman Price is my name. Norman Price, Norman Price, Norman Price. Norman Price is my name. Norman Price, Norman Price, Norman Price, not be Norman Price, 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 naughty Norman Price.
Well, that that concludes everything for today's episode of Fireman Sam. So say goodbye, children. I will see you next time.
I'm unwell and I'm not feeling so good, so the Fireman Sam website. See what's ticking on firemanSam.co.uk. What is smoking with the Pontypandy Fire Brigade? Norman Bryce, you be naughty. The first thing we are presented with is do you approve of us using cookies? Message. It's nice. I could be all stupid about the more information, but no. Calling all parents. Fireman Sam toys are now available. I wonder why is it parents they're calling? Isn't it the children that would be more interested in this? Why parents? Learn more. Tell me more, Fireman Sam. Tell me all about the fireman's choice. I noticed that yellow thing at the top right. I'm very slow to adapt to new things, and that's not really a sign of old age. That's just something that I've always had, and it's only recently I've started to actually consciously realise that three horizontal lines that you tend to see in websites is like a universal symbol for a list or a menu. It never seemed a lot of these symbols that they've started using these days, these modern hieroglyphs for website design. It doesn't seem intuitive to me at all. That does not scream to me, this is a menu. It screams to me, here's a bunch of bars. At least that shopping cart there is a bit more intuitive. But, continuing to use a website, you agreed to use cookies. Well, you asked me that earlier. Smythes. Fireman Sam. 6 results. These must be the brand new ones. Fireman Sam electronic Pontypandy playset. £36. £36. Norman price. Pretty expensive. I'm shocked that I've gotten this far in my commentaries and things without mentioning this before, but I've always been irked by the pricing trend in shops of pricing stuff at something 99, usually $9.99 or $19.99, just below 20 or 10, to psychologically deceive you into thinking it's cheaper than it actually is, because the world just loves you so much. Fireman Sam helmet with sound, 15 quid for a piece of yellow plastic, but it does make a sound. And then there's another Fireman Sam playset and Venus playset. I forget what Venus is. Jupiter is the name of the fire engine, but Venus is something else. The Fireman Sam utility belt. What is he, Batman now? Batman Sam. I suppose Fireman. There probably is a superhero from somewhere in the last 80 years of superheroes. There'll be one called Fireman. Obviously there's the Mega Man villain Fireman, but there's probably a superhero Fireman too. It's not like there's a shortage of fire-based superheroes. Fireman Sam, $11.99, and then a £2 for a balloon? Well, that's the hottest new stuff on the Fireman Sam market. Age. Do you want to select the one and only age that exists? Oh, well, we've gone. Selecting that 3 to 5 years took us from 6 results to 5. What was the balloon's gone? It was the balloon that... The balloon is apparently not suitable for anybody that isn't aged 3 to 5, but everything else is. I love this sorting, like all these options. This is obviously a standardised website of shops, but all these meaningless options here to help you to trim down the 6 results. Okay, enough of that tomfoolery. Let's get out of here. I picked a bombshell. When I'm feeling ill and lightheaded like I am now, I'm even more detached from reality than normal, if you can believe that. I'm serious. So, you're going to get, I think, even more wackiness out of the avocados. Oh, what's this? Hey, parents, follow Fireman Sam. Follow Fireman Sam on Facebook. Oh, I want to see Fireman Sam on Facebook. Maybe he'll help to steal chartered accountancy stuff or whatever Facebook's supposed to be doing these days. You would think setting ice on fire would be impossible, but not for Norman Price. Well, this actually is the Fireman Sam Facebook page. There he is. This isn't a fake page. It's not some 60-year-old creepy guy trying to entice ice cream cones. It's been so long since I even looked at Facebook that I didn't realise this is what it looked like now. It looks a lot more googly. All the whiteness and the bad design. The indistinct buttons. Well, actually, the buttons are pretty distinct. It all looks very... Everything has become universalised. Homogenised is a good word for it. The internet is a lot more homogenous these days. Everything's trying to be as much like each other as possible. So, like, cut out all of the uniqueness and stuff. Even when YouTube, I do remember when YouTube started doing that. In the old days, kids, YouTube used to let its YouTube channel users have a special picture on their background. They could customise the colour and put pictures on it and stuff. But they decided no, stuff that every single person's YouTube page will just look exactly the same. Just a bunch of white stuff with boxes, or maybe possibly black stuff if they are so inclined. Well, let's watch the Fireman Sam Pontypandy Norman Price. I hope he goes, whoa, hey, in this, like he did in that old Fireman Sam website from 20 years ago. Wait, what on earth? Okay, it just played this, yeah, I get it. It just played the same clip 3 times in a row. I was assuming it was going to like explain how exactly Norman managed to do this. But all we get is Norman looking around and going, whoa! Oh, there's the Bob the Builder reboot there. I see Bob the Builder's, as James A. Williams points out, his strangely young-looking face. Like he really does look like a preteen. Got to appeal to the kids. Mike the Knight. I've not heard of that. Am I losing touch? What the? Oh, sorry, Facebook. It seems that like I'm not allowed to view any more of your stuff unless I'm logged in. Please log in. Well, I do have... Also, that's the incorrect spelling for that usage of the word login, I think. I think, like, that is how you're technically... All one word is how you're supposed to spell login if you're referring to just the noun of a login. I have a login on this website. This is my login. But if you're saying that you want to physically log in to something, you're supposed to spell it, put it out. So Mark Zuckerberg's high school English teacher would be seriously displeased with this, if indeed I'm right about what I just said there. So Mark, shameful stuff. You should pay me like $1 million for making that suggestion. Or maybe my cousin, who actually works in Facebook, it seems, might watch this and make that happen. It's actually possible that will happen. But anyway, let's get out of here, because I'm not logging into your Facebook. I've actually got an account on Facebook. I've got 2 accounts, in fact. I've never ever used either of them. I've got as much of a presence on social media as you really should have come to realise. If you've ever watched anything that I've ever done, get that out of here. This had better be recording. I've set the frame rate up so that it would be able to capture Secret of Mana properly. Never miss another episode. Catch all the Fireman Sam action. Is that Elvis twice? Elvis is in both of those. Channel 5 website. Okay, so I'll link to the Channel 5 website. Milkshake. That was around when I was a child. Milkshake. The Channel 5's children's show. Back when Channel 5 were trying to be the edgy, extreme adult channel. Also, will you go away, Hypercam? Thank you. But they had a children's show too. Unfortunately, the browser you're using does not support playback for videos, and that's most unfortunate. Version 35 of Chrome? Crumbs. 35? That's a lot of versions, guys. Yeah. It's customary in programming circles to make a lot of... If you're going to have lots of versions, then you just number the version as 1. And then just stick all of these different versions under it as decimal points, like version 1.0, version 1.1, version 1.1.2b and stuff. But not Google Chrome, it seems. Click on any... no, what am I doing? This is boring. Let's find something else. So that's watch of the episode. Activities for your little cadet. Fireman subs. This is all geared at the parents. Do they know how old I am? Maybe they got somebody staring in at the window. Maybe they got one of those drones that they bought from Amazon to stare at me from the sky, from on high. Who's hiding? Pontypandy's playing hide and seek. Can your little cadet find all 7 characters? Do they call them cadets in Fire? Okay. Well, there's Norman Price over there. There's a couple of iced confectionery treats with sunglasses on. That'll help them to not get melted to death in the sun. There's Dennis Price, her dramatic redesign that she got in this modern series for some reason. They took off that bonnet thing she had on, because I guess it did make it look like she was from the 40s. I'm guessing they cut the racism from her character as well, because it was played for laugh in the 80s, but the old racist humour is probably not taken so well these days, even though like it was meant to be making fun of her for it. But since when did the world care about such details, huh? So there's the dog. I don't know what his name is. I think it's Radar. Oh, no, that's Big Bird's pet teddy bear's name. For some reason he called Radar. I forget what this one's called. There's Sam himself. We found Norman, Dillis, the dog. Where on earth is the cat? There's James! James is up there. James! And there's Sam himself, of course. And there's something Flood, I think. Mr. Flood, there's Flood over there. So all that's left is the cat, which, there he is at the top right hand corner there. I found them all. I got them. Where's my prize? Can't click on it. Uh-oh, we're back to this again. Nope. There. That puppet, whatever. Puppet pandemonium. Puppet power! Follow the instructions below to help your little one to dumping. Just gonna stop the recording, just to make sure that it's recorded properly on my secretive manner. 60 frame rate. Super Monkey Ball. Super Hyper Whiz edition. I'm not actually unwell, really. I've just got a mild snivel and a cough, it seems. No, it doesn't seem, it does. Actually, it's true. I've got a cough. So... Well, speaking of James A. Williams, I had his Fireman Sam review open. That's a coincidence. I just was, Oh yeah, it worked. Good. Good. Excellent. Keep recording. I had his review open for the full version of the Rescue theme, because he has the best... His 30-minute rant about Fireman Sam has the best recording of the 2003 series' Rescue theme, which is going to be used at the Moa show for a critical reason, so you can thank James for that. Puppet power. Follow the instructions below to help your little one make their own puppets. Oh well. They say this is the sort of stuff that says, get an adult to help you cut out Norman and stuff. Well, I'm an adult, and I think I would still struggle with this as much as I did as a child. So yeah. Roll the paper into a finger-sized tube. Yeah, I just get confused with stuff like this. Oh, wait. Glue... Hang on, I don't even understand this actually. It's saying to cut out that rectangle there, and then roll it into a little cylinder thing. Oh, it's not even recording. Good thing I checked that. There. Good. So cut that into the rectangle, and then roll it into a circle. And stick the circle so that it's a circle. And then put this on the back. Oh, I see. I get it. Okay. Attach the circle thing to Norman's back, and then ram your finger up the behind of Norman. And yeah, and here's our characters here. We've got Norman looking a bit clueless. He's like, I don't know. I don't know, Sam. No, it wasn't me that set fire to something. It wasn't me that put all those whoopee cushions in the fire ponty-pandy fire station, Sam. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Okay. I didn't do it. Sam, ready for action. Ready for action. Elvis, the doddering idiot that he is in the modern series. Unlike the original, when he was just mildly foolish. Sometimes. There's Penny Morris. There's the token black girl. I forget her name. And I think she's Bandy Flood. I think she's one of the Floods. Fireman Sam's an interesting case. Talking about the ethnic diversity that small children's shows like to have these days in Britain. Don't know about America, but in Britain they do. Fireman Sam's an interesting one, because Fireman Sam, in a very rare example of this, had an ethnic minority character right from the start. Trevor Evans. Trevor Evans, the bus, is from the Middle East. He's from he's, I don't know if he's Indian or what, but he's from that area. And you wouldn't know, like I never do, because he's got no trace of an accent whatsoever. He just sounds completely Welsh. So basically they didn't like treat him at all differently from anybody else in the show, and so I never questioned it once. And it never crossed my mind to even think about his race or the fact he had darker skin than everyone else. I feel that the modern nowadays they tend to give them more pronounced accents when like characters from the Middle East or something up here, they've got the sort of clothing that they wear, the shawls and stuff, or they've got a more clear accent. I mean, they can do that, I suppose, but I can't help feeling that, like, by trying to emphasise the differences, they're maybe getting the things the wrong way round. That's how to tackle racism. I went to school with a person from the East, and like it never crossed my mind at all, like that there was anything to mention about that, like if that was a thing to comment on at all. Like if they're just there and nothing's said of it, then the children don't think there's anything to be said of it. I think that's the way to beat racism and all these ghastly things we've inherited. Anyway, what do I know? Puppet power. What is this? A puppet of the... like a three-dimensional fold of the fire engine puppet. Oh yeah, sure, the little kids are going to figure out how to assemble this monstrosity. They expect this to go through a 3D printer? How are you supposed to... Must be 3+. I don't know if they're talking about the child or the parent. This activity is designed for parents and children to do together. Supervision of children using materials such as... Supervision of children using materials such as glue? Man, they really have gotten paranoid. I didn't know that adults were afraid of children using glue alone nowadays. What, do they think they're going to sniff the stuff? Glue, you got... I mean, when I was at school, they had us using glue tubes for stuff. Do they now actually not do that anymore, unless you got like an adult specifically staring at you while you're using the glue? Maybe it kills you somehow, I don't know. Society marches on. Spot the difference. Spot the difference then. Spot 5 differences in the picture below. Been a while since I've done something like this. Let's see. An immediate glance around here, I was turning up absolutely nothing. Okay, I see Sam has got that he's got that pedometer thing or whatever it is in the top one, not in the bottom one. Elvis does not have his kind of disturbing massive axe. That's a fire axe. What does a fire axe actually do? Does it actually put out fires? Like if you swing an axe at fire, it just goes away. I mean, I'm assuming that that's exactly what it does, but doesn't that seem really strange that that works? I guess the wind, I don't know, the wind pressure from it does something somehow. Whatever. I found 2 differences, but that's it. Okay, the fire engine is missing its left blue light. I gotta say, these are pretty subtle spot the differences. I mean, I'm seeing them, but it's not really that easy to... It doesn't help that the bottom picture is at a different angle from the top one as well. That's great work, guys. Brother. Just making it do it. Is one of the trees in the background going to be like have 2 leaves less than it does in the other one? I've already... Steele's missing one of his legs. I wonder if they actually got the guys to like go into the CGI file and edit out his leg. That's the only way they could have done that, because the background's there. Okay, come on, we've got 4 out of the 5 differences. Is one of them missing like their eyes? This is getting kind of creepy now. I've got a serious feeling I'm going to struggle to find the next one, because I'm staring at this thing and I'm not seeing anything. I genuinely, I'm being thrown for a loop now. I can't let the fireman Sam spot the difference beat me. Right, Sam doesn't have that pedometer. Elvis's axe, Steele's leg, the fire engine's left blue light. I think it might actually be the trees in the background. No. Steele's leg is just, his entire leg is missing. Oh brother, this is seriously. I mean. Ah, I see it. Have you seen it, folks? Have you seen it at home before me? I've found the 5th difference. What is it? There. Look, Penny's belt. Man, that was surprisingly not easy. Lost in the woods. You don't want to get lost in the woods. If you go down to the woods today, you're sure a big surprise. Because that's where the cupcakes... Naughty Norman, lost in the woods. Norman on his 1990s skateboard. They don't skateboard anymore. Maybe that's a super skateboard. Maybe that's a Back to the Future skateboard from 2015. Norman Price is here for you. He's here, indeed he is. Maybe skateboards are back. So, Lost in the Woods. Yeah, the woods of 3 different trees. Very spaced out. And the top right tree looking like a teardrop or a Dragon Quest slime. All that's missing is the eyes. Which path should Sam take to rescue Norman? Rescue him from his clearly really distressed situation that he's in. Up there. Well, let's have a look and see then, why don't we? Let's follow A. Oh, there's a split. There's a split in this path. Now which way are we supposed to go? Oh, well, let's go straight to the right. And when I say to the right, I mean let's go to the right from the absolute coordinate system, as in let's just go this way here. Underneath the roads, just the overlapping road system in the forest. At another junction. Which way do we go now? Well, back to down here to B. So that failed. So let's go back to this junction again and let's go down. Okay, we're back here again. Let's go back. Back to A. Let's try C. And sure enough, we rescued Norman. Oh, thank you, Fireman Sam! I'm awfully sorry, I won't do it again! You'd better be sorry, young man. For this, the only punishment is... pushing the table in the Potty Pandy Fire Station's kitchen over to the corner of the room and then back to the centre again. Oh, no! Hero Snap with Elvis? Instructions, if you need instructions. Stick the printed sheet to light card, whatever that is, and then cut out the cards. Stick the printed sheet to light card. I don't understand that statement. And then cut out the cards, then share them out equally with each player. Take turns turning your cards over. When 2 cards back, shout snap, and put your hand on the card pile as quick as you can. Use these cards to play memory too, whatever that is. I don't know what memory is. Whoever gets a snap first wins all the cards. Repeat it to one person. The cards. I'm sorry, I'm at a bit of a loss here. I'm failing to see any cards except for those ones there, both of which are being overlapped by another object. So, I think that the Fireman Sam website possibly dropped the ball with this one. I'm sorry. Sorry, Fireman Sam website. Choose a country. Let's see, actually. Let's see what countries are here. UK, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and Poland. Now, I know that America's got a version of this series, so I'm surprised that's not there. But, oh well. Some European countries have got this. Visit Fireman Sam on the Facebook Fireman Sam. Where to watch Fireman Sam. Never miss another episode. Catch all of the Fireman Sam action with your children. Isn't that right, Money Penny? Yes, it certainly is. So, yes, yeah, vote SNP today. Yeah, that's a Scottish joke. Nobody will know. Here's the Potty Pandy Fire Station. I missed the old website where it had Fireman Sam himself personally talking to you, saying, "Hello there, Fireman Sam here. Welcome to the Potty Pandy Fire Station. You can use the steering wheel to look around the station and use your mouse to explore. Click on the dashboard to see what happens. Fireman Sam. Fireman Sam is brave, honest, and dependable. He selflessly puts his life on the line to help others, and everyone in Pontypandy knows that nothing is too much trouble for Fireman Sam. Sam drives Jupiter, the fire engine, the pride of the Pontypandy Fire Service. Sam's brother, Wait, what? His brother? I wasn't aware of this. He's got a brother? Sam's brother Charlie is a local fisherman, and Sam is a kind and attentive uncle to Charlie's children. Oh, yeah, that's right. His nephews. Sarah and James are his nephews. That was always the case. But, like, his brother was just never mentioned in the originals, the old series. But now his brother's canon, and, like, he actually appears. Sam is renowned for keeping a cool head in a hot spot. It's only when he's really surprised he exclaims, "Great fires in London." I think he says that, like, all the time. Fireman Elvis Cridlington is the fire station cook, is he? Well, I knew he cooked. I didn't know that was his dedicated job. He has a heart of gold and is absolutely dedicated to fighting fires. Well, that's a good thing, mate, because you're a fireman. Whilst Elvis is a perfectly competent firefighter. Get lost. He is still learning the finer points of the job as Sam's apprentice. Elvis is very much in awe of his mentor, Fireman Sam. Elvis is an avid rock and roll fan of rock and roll and plays the guitar. He is in a band with Mike Flood, Elvis, and I didn't know that either. The band, Elvis and Mike put themselves forward to play at every opportunity, and Elvis is regularly trying to come up with new song ideas, often about whatever happens to be going on in the station. Yeah. Elvis Cridlington, he was a big Elvis fan, as you might not be surprised to hear. Elvis Presley was his hero. He loved rock and roll. I always wondered if, like, that was Elvis actually his real name, or was it just that he had a normal name and he chose to call himself Elvis? I think the implication was that he just made up that name for himself. But I could be wrong. Station Officer Basil Steele. Station Officer Steele is the senior fire officer at Pontypandy Fire Station. I love to follow the rules. However, my bark is worse than my bite. And I have a lovable pomposity. I am not above calling meetings at the fire station, just to give myself something to do. I tend to go on a bit given half the chance, and everyone is very grateful if they are saved by the fire bell. Pontypandy Falls fish. Thompson Falls. As firefighter Penny Morris is the only female fire officer in Pontypandy. Terrific backup in any crisis. Penny drives Genius. She is also a trained Coast Guard officer and pilots Neptune, the Pontypandy lifeboat when needed. Penny is a keep fit fanatic who's always ready to try a new and extreme sport. She is great friends with Tom Thomas, the rescue helicopter pilot. The idea of a relaxing day is a 10-mile hike followed by rock climbing and rappelling. Yeah. There's Tom Thomas. He's somebody that actually exists. I recognise him. Tom Thomas mans the mountain rescue station in the Souls Pontypandy. He pilots the mountain rescue thing and drives the mountain rescue 4x4. The mountain rescue 16. Tom is originally from Australia and he frequently says, "This isn't how we do things in Wallaby Springs, don't you know, by gum?" Yeah, that's an Australian accent. Tom relies heavily on Sam's local knowledge of Pontypandy and his rescue experience. Sam and Tom are great friends, and Sam often visits Tom at the Mountain Rescue Centre for a catch-up and a cup of tea. That's Charlie, yes. Charlie is Fireman Sam's brother. I didn't know he was his brother, and the twins' gentle and easy-going father. Charlie is a fisherman and is happiest out at sea. He's a very attentive father, and he loves having his children around for him. He will often take Sarah and James on outings in his boat and enjoys teaching them about fishing. But how long does this go on for? Sarah and James are the small children. There's Norman Price, the only character that matters. He lives above the supermarket with his mom. Okay. Norman is always getting up to mischief and his nickname is Naughty Norman. He's an intelligent little boy. Well, they seem to have done away with that part of his personality in the new series. He's a complete moron now. Norman has a love of speed and owns both a go-kart and a skateboard. Oh, he does have a skateboard. That's canon. Okay. Alright, fine. Excuse me, Norman. I swear that picture of you was accurate. It's dead on the nose. Okay, that's that. I want to go back now. About Fireman Sam, the ultimate hero next door, has been racing to the rescue for over 30 years in over 155 countries. Wow, amazing. Celebrating a heroic 30 years. That's a great celebration of that. A paragraph of text and a stock picture of him on the right. So there's the shops, Toys R Us, so that still exists. Good. Is this it? Is that the whole website? Yeah. Where to watch? Yeah, that's it. That's everything. That's everything. Alright. That's the Pontypandy Blade. Paddy website. How about Farmer's Son, the Ponte Paddy? How about the Postman Pat website? Postmanpat.co.uk. I hope this doesn't take me to the Screamer or something.